just before noon, about 10 minutes to, and we're loaded up, the canoe's ready to go, and we're just about to set off on Matagamasi Lake on our quest for the mystical Wolf Lake. It's about 1:15 now as we're making our way up the north arm of Matagamasi Lake. Proving that I am capable of learning, I did indeed get the compass out before we started. Not taking hard bearings with it, but definitely using it to confirm that we're angling the right way, a little bit west and north, make sure we're in the north arm and not going up the other arm of the lake. This is the northernmost marked site, at least marked on the map site, campsite, on the north arm of Matagamasi Lake. We've stopped just to the south side of this one for a bite of lunch. It's about 20 to 2 now. Making good time. We got a southerly breeze pushing us north. Beautiful sunny day. Hardly anybody around. We saw one boat. Since we left the landing, we've seen one boat out. We've made it up to the north end of Matagamasi Lake, and we're going to be heading into the Chiniguchi River here in just a few moments. Our first glimpse of Wolf Lake through the narrow passage between Wolf and Sylvester. Sylvester Lake's a tiny little thing. Took us all of about 2 minutes to paddle down it. Hold on. After taking another look at the map, that little pond is just part of Sylvester Lake. So we still haven't had our first real look at Wolf Lake, but we do have a look at Sylvester Lake now. And the YMCA group paddling up ahead of us. Needless to say, the girls are moving faster than we are. Now we're really on Wolf Lake. First impressions are, it reminds me a lot of some of the rocks in Killarney. So, deer flies are getting a little nastier later in the afternoon, but hopefully they'll settle down. Just need to find a campsite now and settle in, make some supper, all the good stuff. The cliff's sticking up out of the lake. It's almost like an aspen glow with the sun starting to set, shining back off the cliffs.
Okay, so here we are up atop of one of the white rock outcroppings above Wolf Lake here. As you can see, we're quite a ways up, and it's a pretty nice view.
Welcome to Dewdney Lake, portaged up here from Wolf Lake. It's a relatively short portage. It does cross the logging road, Don't be fooled by the first little pond you see. There's another bit of cascade you have to get past before you launch. Well, we made it up to the far end of Dewdney Lake with a tailwind behind us. So maybe stop for a quick break, then it'll be time to start paddling our way home. Saturday morning, 20 after 10, got our campsite cleaned up, packed up, ready to load the canoe. We're going to head south from Wolf Lake today. Not sure where we're going to stay tonight. We could stay in Matagamasi Lake, or we could head back out. Scott has to be at work for 5 tomorrow, which isn't bad, but does complicate things if you're trying to combine, a few hours paddling with a few hours driving, and who knows what the weather's like and how fast we get moving anyway. Just about 11 a.m. We're back at the south end of Wolf Lake. The sun's just starting to peek through the clouds for us. Getting ready to run paddle snapping swift, where the paddle Scott was using just snapped mid-shaft on the way up. Definitely a pretty lake, beautiful area. Been a very quiet couple days. Easy to get to, and I'd have to say it's worth protecting. Okay, see how the current is going off the left, and then so what we're going to do is we're going to start left and be prepared to either cross strip bow or pride to push us around when we get down towards the rocks there. Okay. Current will help, but good. Good news is we made it through paddle snapping swift without any incident this time. Gotta like it. Bit of a headwind waiting for us here in Sylvester, but so far it's been enough to keep the bugs away without being too annoying. $11:25, back at the south end of Sylvester Lake. It's a little swift here into an unnamed pond at the top of the Chattahoochee River before the first portage. It's enough of a flow through there that I'd say Sylvester Lake officially ends before we go through there. Just about 1:30 now. We've waded our way back down to Matagamasi Lake. We're in the sheltered bay at the north end of the North Arm right now. So I'd say we're on track to be back at the truck by 4 or 5, depending on just how strong the headwind is coming up the lake.
Definitely smallmouth. No, not that size.
$5:30, packed up, ready to hit the road. Go find somewhere for some dinner and figure out where we're going to stay tonight.